Hello, everyone. Nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, where it's not just me today. Oh no, I am joined by Fastidious. How are you doing, man?
How you doing, guys? My name's Fastidious. I'm mostly a free-to-play player for anyone that doesn't know me, and I'm really excited to be here with Nubs.
hmm I thought it was very funny because Fastidious had actually sent me a message on Discord saying, "Hey, man, I've seen your Hydra stuff. Do you want to do a collab?" And I had literally just watched his video where he was on his second account. So you have a second pay-to-win account going alongside
Yeah,
a free-to-play account, right?
I'm, I think the opposite of almost every content creator. I'm a free-to-play player,
Yeah.
and I was like, I want to try this spending thing. So I made a second account. It's called School, where I can't do all the spending. So it took me and a bunch of viewers together. We're like a school of fish collaboratively forming a whale.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool. Like just seeing the your inbox with all like the void charts and everything. I was like, man, I'm jealous of that. But what we're going to be talking about in today's video, we're doing two videos. So on my channel, we're going to be talking about game-changing champions that we have pulled on our own accounts that change how we play. And then we're going to be jumping over to Fastidious's channel after, and we're going to be talking about champions that we wish we had, but we didn't. So it's like the tough shit you don't have this amazing
Yeah.
champion. How do
Kind
you
of like
deal with
the
it?
one-of-a-kind ones. You don't get it.
Yep.
How the heck are we gonna deal with that?
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
what we've done here for this video, we've got 5 game changers each. We've actually got a couple of extra in case we both pick the same ones. Well, we'll see. But will I start, and then do you want to go after, and we'll go back and forth?
You should start. I think
Okay.
that's
All right, let's go in. So, the first one I want to talk about was the first epic I ever pulled on my account, and I didn't realize how good he was at the time because I was a complete noob and knew nothing about the game. But the first epic I actually got was Seeker. Uh,
Oh.
yeah. So,
Ooh.
so he is.
That's gonna be interesting in my video.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Little teaser. Great choice.
But yeah, on his A1, he does the provoke, which is actually kind of nice. At the time, obviously Doom Tower didn't exist back then. We're talking probably a year and a half ago. But it's his A2 that's amazing. Gives you 30% turn meter fill, increase attack 50% for all allies for 2 turns, and gives an extra turn. So the place that he really shines is in the arena. This move is very much like Arbiter. So, for me, with my little Haikatoon and Gallic in the arena, being able to throw Seeker in there and get all that turn meter boost was incredible.
Good question. Also, that passive.
Yeah, the passive. Yeah, it heals him whenever he's crit, and then puts 60% increased defense on all allies for 2 turns. Yeah, that's I used him in Clan Boss, just a normal Clan Boss team, like no unkillable or anything. Just he was in my Clan Boss team, and he did really good damage. He stayed alive, made everyone faster. I mean, these days he's in a Bat Eater team now, so a really
Yeah.
fancy Clan Boss team. But yeah, he's a monster. You can put him as your arena lead, in fact, too. 30%
Yeah.
ally defense, and
33%, right? Defense
yeah,
score.
yeah,
Yeah.
30%. So you
Seeker's
can,
a great choice. On
yeah,
my free to play series, that's like my main account now. But before that, I
yeah.
had a different free to play main account. And Seeker maybe wasn't the first, but similar, really early. And I
hmm
did the exact same thing. Used him in all PvE content, arena. Clan. He's just
Yeah,
any of those champions with the grant extra turn, which effectively will reduce the cooldown of the other skills.
yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, it goes down to a 3 turn cooldown, but then because it gives an extra turn, it actually ends up being a
It was
2 turn cooldown.
Yeah.
So he's just boosting. He's
He's
constantly
so
going.
good.
So yeah, I didn't realize how lucky I was when I got him, but it was pretty amazing.
That's basically striking gold.
Yes. Okay. So what is your first game changer that you've got on your list?
Well, I'm not gonna go chronologically like I planned because I
Mm.
gotta say Deacon. Um,
Oh, very nice.
that works out really well coming off Seeker. Speaking of
Yes.
effectively shorter cooldowns, so I got Deacon probably around day 50 of
Yeah.
my account,
Oh,
and as a
nice.
free to play, getting Deacon is very cracked.
Yes.
He has it all. So I'll quickly go through the kit for anyone that doesn't know.
Mm.
The A1, we've got a double hitter with the chance of leech on each hit, and that comes out to
Yep.
50%, which at first I was like, whatever, not a big deal. But
So
I mean,
good.
I realized once I built him out, and I built him so fast and
Yeah.
with a lot of good gear, he was going to be my clan boss team too for a while.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's amazing having that leech. Really only plays a big role in clan boss, but still really cool.
Yeah.
But we actually, I think, should start with the A3,
Oh yeah.
right? Before the A2 to kind of explain the kit. So
Mm-hmm.
time compression, 3 turn cooldown,
Yeah.
got a turn meter fill just like Seeker. Actually has a decreased turn meter which
Yeah.
lines up well with A2, so you're going to want accuracy, but it grants that extra turn. So this move effectively is going to be on a 2-turn cooldown.
Mm-hmm.
As this move essentially is paired with the A2, you're going to always use time compression, almost always, and go right into the A2, sweeping retribution.
Mm-hmm.
AoE, 100% chance, 3-turn cooldown, effectively 2 turns, big version decreased defense.
Yeah.
So he's so good.
Yeah, I think like because of that extra turn that he gets and the fact that sweeping retribution's 3-turn baseline, I think he's got like the quickest turnover AoE decreased defense in like the entire game.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So this is another thing you might see Deacon. If you got a critical eye and say he's Spirit Affinity, that's not that great for Arena, which is the main place I use him now. But for a lot of stuff, we get a lot of magic foes and a lot of magic opponents.
Yeah.
Affinity wise, but the fact that it's going and you build him like even early on, I was building him at like 270 speed. It wasn't too hard.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And he's going every other turn. He's going 2-to-1 with all PvE content. So the weak hits kind of tend to smooth out, because you're getting 2 shots to land it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, gosh, he's so good. Did you
I
have him in like every team? Was he in every team?
Literally every team. Not one team I didn't have him in. And I've also even Dragon, where he's bad affinity, Dragon 20.
Yeah.
But the speed lead too. I mean, that's what took it up even an extra notch.
Yeah, 100%.
19% on battles. He's awesome.
Yeah,
and he's got that similarity to Seeker for sure.
Yeah, it's like, you start off, you get Haikatoon for free, and then if you pull an Apothecary, you're pretty happy. Like, Deacon's like 2 levels above that. And again, he runs in a bunch of endgame clan boss teams as well.
Yeah, he's running in all those with the Myth Air ones and stuff, right?
Yeah, because just that turn meter is so good and brings so many useful things. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just quickly say, just to pair with like an Arbiter, he's like your go second guy, and he gets the turn meter decrease.
Yes.
And then it's
that's very nice. Just he secures like the turn meter for you, and then gives decreased defense too. Yeah, the old 2-for-1, as they say, right?
When I told them, I called the video, I got the twofer.
I got the twofer. Nice. Well, for my next one, I want to go to the first legendary I got, and I got this guy pretty early. And now you guys might be saying, when I tell you this, you might be saying, man, he's super OP. You're so lucky. He was actually buffed since I got him, right? So the first legendary I ever got was Tomblord. Yeah. So he's a really good champion now. I think what they changed is his A2 Death Burst. This now puts out a whole bunch of poisons, right? You can put 5% poisons all enemies for 2 turns. Now, when I first got him, it was only for 1 turn. So they essentially double the amount of poison that he puts out now. But he is just incredible, and I end up using this guy everywhere. His A1 attacks 3 times, but decreased speed if it crits. His A3 is really nice, Blight. So it has a 5-turn cooldown by default. And actually, when I first got this guy, I didn't have any legendary books. It took me so long to actually get him booked out. But it decreases turn meter of all enemies, less than half health by 100%. So this was like Fire Knight is saved. Spider is good. Then he does AoE decreased attack, AoE decreased defense, and he gets an extra turn as well. Speaking of extra turn champions, if he does the turn meter depletion. But yeah, he actually came in for me, and he was like, I used him everywhere. In Clan Boss, he was amazing with the poisons and decreased defense, decreased attack, having those 2 things on the one guy. Yeah.
Would you believe I did not know the turn meter portion of his kit?
Oh,
that's
there you
crazy.
go.
He just went from what I thought was like a very, very good legendary to wow, he's going to the top of my most wanted list maybe.
Yeah, Tomblord is really good. So since they've buffed him as well, he's now able to solo like Dragon 25, Ice Golem 23 maybe. It depends. He needs to have a good affinity, but like these days you put him in a regen set, have him going fast, and he just kills everything with the poisons. But yeah, like 3-hitter on the A1, knock down the Fire Knight shield, decrease speed on that. Yeah, he's phenomenal. But I ran him. I ran him in arena for ages. He was my arena guy. Yeah. He was basically. I was super jealous of people that had Madame Ceres, because she's basically going in and decrease defense, decrease attack, and strip off their buffs. But I went in with this guy. I was like, okay, you know what? He still does a decreased defense, decreased attack, and then it was like cross my fingers. and pray that they would go and kill Tomblord because he's green affinity, and they'd leave Gallic alive, who is blue affinity. So it was like, I hope they've got a blue nuker and they kill Tomblord first, because he's not doing anything after that.
Nothing shows how early on you got this guy, like mentioning Gallic.
So early. Yeah. I got this guy maybe 3 months in or something. And yeah, wow. I remember at the time looking up info on him online. And again, pre-buff, almost no one was talking about him. But I think Hell Hades mentioned in a couple of his like review all legendary champion videos. He's like, oh, Tomblord, actually really underrated. You know, he's pretty good. So I was like, yeah, okay, my first legendary. He's not bad. He's underrated, underdog. But yeah, he ended up being amazing. And I used him again in every team for the best part of half a year at least.
No, that's fantastic. Are multipliers good for the attacks? Or?
They're actually, I think they're not bad. Now, he doesn't have any AoE attack, right? His A1 is single target, his A2 is single target, but then it just applies the poisons and AoE. And he actually has really good base attack. He almost has 1400.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Yeah, but funny enough, you tend to just build him up tanky. Like, you got to put a lot of work in to get his defense up. His base defense is less than 1,000. It's pretty bad. So you kind of just mostly build him tanky, and then let his debuffs do the work is usually. He also now as well has accuracy in Doom Tower. They added that on as well. I think it was maybe accuracy in Arena or something before that. That was never used. But yeah, 70 accuracy in Doom Tower. That makes him super good now. Of course, I never used him for that originally because he didn't have it. But yeah. What's your number 2 then? Who's up next?
Okay, so I'm going off script. You inspired me. So I have him on my main free to play, the one I used for my YouTube series. However, before that, I had a different main free to play, and this was my first legendary.
Oh,
so you inspired me for my first ever legendary. Let's go over to the Skinwalkers faction.
Oh.
And we're going to Hackor and Smashlord.
Oh, you got the Smashlord, dude.
So on that free to play account, I got Smashlord on day 10.
Oh my god!
Get another legendary until Scartosis on day like 120 or 121.
Wow.
And in between that whole time, I only got one Void Epic. So Smashlord was like my one little star of the team, besides my Apothecary and my Kale and all that stuff, my Reliquary Tender. So Smashlord, I'll take through his kit really fast. Start with Aura actually. Dungeons 33%. This is huge early game, good. Especially when you got a champion like him, as I'm gonna explain. Actually, if we look at his total stats, he has almost 24,000 HP.
Huge.
That's got to be, I wish I had a list in front of me. That's got to be top 10 in the game, I would think.
It's pretty good, yeah. It's pretty damn good.
Tons of base HP. But so the A1, we got a stun. I actually booked this guy because, like I said, I was free to play. I had these books just waiting around.
Yeah.
Like, why not? I didn't know it was going to be 110 more days till my next legendary, but if I did, I would have booked him even faster.
So 55% chance to stun. Good.
Yeah, so 50% chance to stun, pretty cool. I would actually say don't book him in hindsight, as I'm going to tell you guys with the kit. Especially because, let's skip to the A3, Blood Offering. This move stinks.
Yeah, it's really bad, isn't it?
And when I started playing, we didn't have the, the AI team setup thing.
Yeah.
You can just use this, and it stinks. It hits like nothing. It's an AoE, but whatever. It's always a normal hit, so it can't crit, and he sacrifices 25% of his HP. When you're building with like 90, 100k HP, that's like a huge hit to himself.
Yeah.
So now that we can turn it off, just turn this move off, don't even book it. The only thing you'd really want to book, the stun's kind of cool, doesn't really matter, because I say just don't build him with accuracy, whatever. But the A2, this, I believe, at least from my own anecdotal research, is the best heal in the game.
It can be really big, yeah.
I healed for 150,000 per character with this.
Nice.
It's insanity. So I'll just read it. Rallying Bellow. First off, it's a full cleanse. If this was on a 3-turn cooldown, you would hear about Smashlord constantly.
He'd be top tier, yeah. That'd be so good.
However, I run him in Relentless. So closest you can get. So Relentless, you turn off the A3. You know, there's some RNG, but you know, if you're into the RNG, right? If you're playing Raid Shadow Legends, full cleanse AoE all your allies. Places block debuffs for 2 turns. Block debuffs 2 turns. That's what I'm always looking for.
Yep.
Heals all allies by 15% of this champion's HP. So you're saying, Fastidious, how the heck are you healing for 150,000 with this guy? You know, even if you build him with 100,000 HP, right? That's only 15,000 heal. Well, heals an extra 10% of this champion's max HP for each debuff removed. So I've been in situations, believe it or not, actually, I didn't even think how well this was going to work out in our video, against a Tomblord.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Had full stacks on everyone. So it was like yeah, I think I had him a little over 100,000 HP. This was like I ran a defense team. Actually, this is all working out with Seeker as a lead, and
There
he
you
was my
go.
big cleanser. And then I would come in with Iron Brog and Luke and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I would always go second. I had no speed.
Yep.
This was before. It took me forever to get Arbiter. I'll explain that in the next champion I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
But so yeah, full stacks of heals, right? That's an extra 100%, so it's 115% heals.
Yeah,
Plus
huge.
with all the masteries you build on him to increase the healing,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that this was booked out, I healed for like 150, 160k.
Yeah, I actually used
Yeah,
this guy for ages as well. He was one of the earlier legendaries I got too. But yeah, like the heal is so good. It's a
the heal
pity.
and the cleanse, it's
I know. I feel like Blood Offering. It's such a. It sounds like it should hit so hard. You know, he's
that
gonna do
move, man.
damage,
It's like
50% of his max HP,
he
and
doesn't need a buff. He just needs that
yeah,
move to just like it shouldn't even be there. It hits like nothing. I've
yeah.
built him with over 100,000 HP. This move does nothing.
Man, if they allow this to crit,
Oh, then
it,
we'd be tough.
it would be so good. Could you imagine?
Oh yeah. Because
Ultimate
actually, I
HP
want
nuke.
to say his A1 hits super hard.
Oh, does it? Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the multiplier. I don't know if
yeah.
it's like S tier, but it hits hard. Like
Okay.
I can win champions in arena with that move before.
Nice. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Huh.
but yeah, the A2. I mean, enough
Yeah,
said. We
it's
can
so
end
good.
it there. That rallying bellow, I really think it's conditional, but it's the best heal. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's so good. And like for Nether Spider in Doom Tower, like
Oh yeah.
anything that's putting out tons of debuffs, yeah, he's so strong.
Maybe a reliquary tender, like we'll just completely trivialize the Nether Spider.
Nice, nice. Okay. For my third one, I actually just did a guide on this champion today, actually, believe it or not. It's actually Ethos, who was
Ooh,
my first Void Legendary. And I actually,
Dookie.
again, got him pretty early on my account. So it was a few months in, maybe like 6 or 7 months in. So really early for a Void Legendary for most, free-to-play players. You could be waiting way longer than that. But yeah, he came in for me, and Ethos he's coming in. His A1 actually hits pretty hard, single target hit, extra turn, 20% chance. Also has a little decrease enemy max HP by 15% of damage dealt. Quite nice against the Scarab boss in Doom Tower. But his
Definitely.
A2 bucks down 3-turn cooldown, AoE attack, hits really hard. His A3 bucks down to 4-turn cooldown, AoE attack, hits really hard. So Ethos basically walked into my account, which up to then was Galek sitting there with his couple of axes, worst starter champion in the game, pride of place in my account. And Ethos came in and was like, I'm taking all of your places, get back to Faction Wars. I'm in for your arena team, I'm your best nuker, campaign farmer, your best campaign farmer, Doom Tower, best wave clear, all the dungeons, best wave clear. I'm the guy. I'm in. Get out of here, you
I
stinky
mean,
orc.
he's huge. 1608 attack with good
Yeah.
multipliers is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. He has been power crept a little bit in the game, like Leorius, the Proud, and
Mm.
Skinwalkers is like a Void Nuker that's just better. Or like Trunda came in and does way more damage. So he's been power crept a bit. I wouldn't mind to see a little buff thrown the way of Ethos, but even if he
It's tough, dude.
yeah, even if he never gets buffed, he's still so good. Like I think I was even saying in my video today, it would be hard to buff him because he's so strong already. He's
Yeah.
really solid. So yeah, I mean, you don't really need to
Do you
talk too
farm
much.
Nightmare campaign
Sorry.
with him? Do you farm Nightmare campaign or do you farm Brutal?
So I was farming Nightmare Campaign for a while, but then I realized you don't get green shards from Nightmare Campaign. You don't get mystery
Oh,
shards, and I started to run out because I had to pull like 1,000 of them or something for one of the Summon Rush events. So yeah, I started running out, so I'm back to just Brutal. But he can
I
do
had no
Nightmare.
idea you could get green shards. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good thing if you got tons. It's good. You're like, okay, I'll farm my campaign. I'll always get silver or like artifacts
Yeah.
to sell. But yeah, but I mean, he does one thing and he does it really well, which is I slam AoE damage, and yeah, that was a game changer for me.
Yeah, he's in like all the top speed runs in Doom Tower, right?
For Doom Tower normal, yeah, because I mean, there's no point
Normal.
in putting up all the seer buffs and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
Ethos
no,
goes in and slams. I actually have another Void Legendary that is part of some of those speed teams, which is hilarious. Which is like you can put in Baron.
Ooh,
You can do Baron. Let me actually see. I'm gonna jump over to Doom Tower. Let's see Doom Tower normal, like floor one Doom Tower normal. Because guess how many turns they can clear it in? You got to get through 3 waves. How many turns do you think it takes?
3 turns.
3 turns. Global rankings. So our clan rankings, top turns is 3 turns, and it's all Ethos, yeah. And then global rankings, 0 turns. You can beat Doom Tower floor 1 in 0 turns with the Baron, or also Skull Crown, right? So what you do, you make them as slow as humanly possible. You put them in a retaliation set, and yeah, their A1s can one-shot the wave. So you can clear it in 0 turns. You never take a turn. They hit you, you hit back, and you kill them all with your AoE. Yeah, it's absolutely dumb. So there you go.
Right kind of dumb, though.
Pretty sneaky. All right, hit me with your number 3. Who's your number 3?
All right, so I'm a dirty free-to-play, which means it's all about the fusions.
Oh, yes.
My next 2, we're going to hang out in the same faction. I think you guys can probably already guess. But just let's decide. Let's go chronologically. Let's start with Brogni.
Okay. I went for Brago. No, Brogni. We're going into the dwarves. Oh yeah. Okay. I can see the 2. I can see him. Beast.
You can see him.
Oh yeah.
Kind of enough said. Just saying the word Brogni. I think. Let's work backwards. Doom Tower aura, kind of huge, especially early on against the Nether Spider, against kind of all of them.
Yeah.
But, you know. Nether Spider especially enormous, Scarab King especially enormous. The passive, it's just so good, but I want to save that for last. All right, let's go forward. I don't know why I insist on not just going down A1 and down. All right, HP burn on the A1, really sweet. Why not use it? I get 60% chance, 65 with Sniper. We got to go A3 before A2, sorry. Resilient Glow, this is one of the best moves in the game on any champion. 100%. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think a lot of people free to play, pay to win doesn't matter. No, Brogni is broken good for a fusion.
Yeah.
And this A3 is so nutty. 3 turn cooldown. I said how much I like block buffs on a 2 turn that lasts for 2 turns. He gets block debuffs, excuse me. Block debuffs with an increased attack. You're like, okay, sweet, Duchess-esque, we love it. 2 turns. Also a shield. 30% of this dude's max HP, and the shield buff can't be removed.
Yeah.
Huge when you combine that with the A2 and the passive, which we're about to talk about, it's so good. It's ridiculous. He also has like almost 23,000 HP, and he's not even HP base, which is nuts.
Oh yeah, he's support.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's a support champion. He actually hits insanely hard. The issue is if you look there, he's got 782 attack.
Yep.
But I know people that have gotten him up. They go like all attack for the accessories, and they got him like 3.3, 3.5 because he can hit really hard.
Yeah.
And when he's hitting hard, this A2 Cavern's Grasp 3 turn cooldown. It's so good. Hits super hard. Removes 1 random buff from all enemies. So if you build him with accuracy for the HP burn, you're also going to benefit there with a little baby strip.
Yep.
Also, the cleanse, very underrated. 100% chance single debuff cleanse. And then increases the value of the shield buff on all allies by 30% of the damage inflicted. So anyone that's ever brought this guy into the spider's, what is it, the spider's den, right?
Yep. Yeah, spider's den,
Against the queen spider, when all the spiders are out, he comes in and he nukes them. If you build them with even no damage, your shields will be most of every champion's bar.
Yeah. I mean, even in like Doom Tower hard waves, if you go in with someone putting decreased defense AoE or weaken AoE as well, and then he smacks him with this, and slap on those attack accessories to boost his attack, like the shield just jumps up. It gets so big. Yeah.
In Spider, my Cold Heart, her entire meter is the shield.
It's just a shield. Nice. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. This is totally unique as well. There's no one else that can make shields bigger that exist.
No. That's so cool. And then the passive, crazy. Read that. Whenever an ally under shield's attack reflects 25% of the damage damage inflicted on the shield back to the attacker, and also a heal on that ally by 25%. So if you got a shield like Cold Heart as big as the whole bar, all the damage is just a heal. 25% of it. The last thing, if there are multiple Brognis. If you got multiple Brognis, though, you are blessed. Just build one with endless HP and one with, like we said, with the attack accessories. I think he's probably one of the most wanted dupes in the game, I would guess.
Did you see the Ashe video where Ashe finally got Brogni?
No.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. So Ashe skipped the Brogni fusion.
No way.
He skipped it, yeah. And then finally he was doing a video.
Anyone that skipped Brogni, by the way.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but Ashe was doing his video saying, it was the 10 times Brogni pull. He's like, I'm going to get myself a Brogni because I skipped the fusion. He got 2 Brognis and he was so hyped about it. And then he went and he fed the 2 Brognis empowerment. So now he only has 1 again.
Oh, that's lunacy.
Big mistake. Big mistake.
I quickly say with read out the passive, this move, each one counts as a hit. So if you put Giant
Yep.
Slayer on this guy, before there was Geomancer, there was Brogni. I
Yes.
still use him in Clan Boss. He
Oh
puts
yeah.
out almost as much on certain affinities as my Geomancer, which
Yep.
is crazy. The one downside is if you use him in Clan Boss, you have to build him with like no accuracy if you're pairing him with Geomancer, which is what I do.
Yeah. Hydra as
Which
well. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for. I could do an unkillable comp because I just pulled a Man Eater
Oh, nice.
finally, but I don't know. I'm in love with my comp right now. I like that it's just no counterattack, no unkillable, no nothing. But I'm
Yeah.
dying to get Brogni into some accuracy, but they'll
Yeah. Yeah.
probably be further down the line. But he's amazing. Right? We don't need to say anything more. Brogni is unbelievable if you pull him. And I know people skip the fusion because it was like a hybrid fusion, right?
It was
Uh,
hard. Yeah, it was really
it
hard.
was the hardest fusion I've ever done
Yeah,
in the
same.
majority of playing.
Hmm.
But he was so worth it.
Yeah, I think he is in the top, like the best clan boss team in the world is with Brogni because
Yes,
he can build
the
a shield so
Infinity
high.
Con, where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do Chris and Brogni and damage, just growing that shield until it never ends.
yeah, 100%. Okay, do you want to go to your next one now? Seeing as he's right there, we come back
We're
to it.
right here. We're right
We're
here,
right
right?
here. Okay,
So
it's this guy, right?
just to,
Herndig.
just to his left, you'll see a free-to-play champion Trunda. No, I'm kidding. Herndig.
Yeah, yeah, nice try.
Uh,
Though
I
Herndig
was
almost is
I
good.
just pulled Trunda last week.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm
But I
jealous.
can't build her because I need to finish faction wars, and my dwarf is by far my best faction, largely in
Okay.
part to this guy, Herndig.
Oh yeah.
So Herndig was 2 fusions after Brogni, I believe. It was like
Mm,
it was Brogni, then a frag fusion that I can't think of right now. Usually have a good memory for fusions, and then Herndig, who was a
hmm.
classic fusion. So you get
Yes.
16 rares into the 4 epics into the Herndig.
Yeah.
I knew he'd be good. I didn't know he'd be the single best champion on my account, and he is.
Yeah, he is a monster.
He is.
It looks like
I
Solid
don't.
Snake as well. You see that?
The problem with these amazing champions, I don't know where to start in the kit. Let's just start with one here.
Hmm.
I knew he'd be good. I thought maybe I'd be able to cheese Spider because Spider, as I'm going to talk about with my final champion, is always was the bane of my existence on my account.
Yep.
But oh my God, he's so good. So the A1 hits like an absolute dump truck.
Hmm.
It's crazy. And if you kill someone, and if you book it out, you're getting 20% extra damage. I think you need to use every book you've got on this guy. He's
Yeah.
insane.
He hits really
Grant
hard
an
as well.
extra turn. That extra turn grant, it's different than Deacon or Seeker, but it kills people so consistently, except for when I'm like later on in Hard Doom Tower,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it basically is like reducing the cooldowns of his other moves.
Hmm.
It's so good. Sorry, not the other moves, just Stasis Strike, but Stasis Strike on a 2-turn cooldown. We'll save Stasis Strike for later though. The
Okay.
A2, just very simple, very cool, 3-turn cooldown, AoE.
Hmm.
100% chance decreased defense with decreased accuracy. Decreased accuracy, not the best debuff in the game, but now with Hydra, it makes
Yeah.
him really relevant there.
100%.
But this move slaps. And then the decreased defense. Who doesn't want AoE decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown?
Hmm.
The A3 is what turns him from like solid to unbelievable, I think.
Already pretty much god tier to uber god tier. Yeah.
Yeah, already like one you're gonna want to pull to. I can't believe how good this move is.
Mhm.
So 4-turn cooldown, 1 book. But remember, if and when we're destroying people with day 1, this 100 every time it will just go back down, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you use this move, 4-turn cooldown, then you go on. So there's 3 turns left. You kill someone with the A1, it's off cooldown for the next turn.
Yeah.
And this will happen a lot if you build him right. Attacks
Mhm.
when an enemy fully depletes the target turn meter. Pretty cool. I mean, whatever. Similar to like Lua or something, right?
Yeah.
Will also attack all enemies if the first attack is critical. Well, I told you this guy hits like a dump truck. So of course you're building with 100% crit. So this move will always be critical except against weak affinity.
Mhm.
This AoE attack has a 100% chance when booked, replacing big version weaken for 2 turns.
Yeah.
So he's got decreased defense and weaken big versions in his kit. They're coming out all the time. And then we'll also place an HP burn debuff for 2 turns after the attack on enemies whose turn meter are below 30%. So that's not reliable. That's where I thought maybe I could like find a way to, half manual, half auto cheese Spider 20 when I was stuck there.
Oh yeah.
But I
yeah.
didn't realize that this isn't feasible to put HP burns on Spiderlings because this move hits so hard there will be none standing.
Oh, kills them.
It kills them every time, even on Spider 25.
Oh, no.
Doesn't matter though because he's so good. So this is one of the best arena nukes in the game, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that A3 is unbelievable against like a Duchess.
Hmm.
So Duchess is doing the damage mitigation on AoEs. So it's really hard if you come in there with
Yeah.
anyone except for like a Trunda to just do your AoE nuker move and blow everything up. But this way, the first hit isn't an AoE. So she doesn't get her mitigation.
Hmm.
So you're going to hit her really hard. She'll take half, and then you do the AoE. So it can usually
Yeah.
kill Duchesses when I face them. Makes them amazing in the arena. But you combined everything else. I use him in every single Doom Tower floor, I think,
Mm-hmm.
except for a couple bosses. But all clearing my waves, it's all about Herndig.
Mm.
And yeah, I will say he's got an arena attack aura. I've never used it,
Yeah.
except for when I do like an all same faction team. I'll do dwarves
Oh.
and I use him there.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Nice. Nice.
yeah, if I get Brogni just put up a shield, then he'll always survive.
Yeah.
And then the passive, underrated, I think.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah, fills his champion's turn meter every time they're hit, so he can cut up in line in arena for me.
Mm-hmm.
He is my arena nuke.
Yeah.
One of my 2 arena nukes. Then also fills his champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally dies. So if like I'm trying to think of if I have a spirit nuker going against us, they weak hit Herndig, they might kill someone else, then he can jump in front of the line. So just a ton going on in the kit. Amazing multipliers. Pretty good base attack, not as crazy as Ethos, but 1400 there. But look at that, 1100 defense.
Yeah, he's quite tanky.
He's really, really good for PvE content. As good as he is in the arena, I just think he's just game changing to help you speed everything along and just and look at that hair, man. I mean, what else can I say?
He's got style. Have you used him in Hydra? I'm wondering how he performs in Hydra because he's
really much. I use him in Hydra. I use him on my second team. I'll quick disclaimer: the reason I found you and started loving your content is because I hate Hydra.
Okay.
So I vicariously is living through you. These are on my first hard Hydra team. He just hit super duper hard. And that's usually it. And I have him. Mine's a little tanky, but not too tanky that he doesn't die, and then I can revive him and they take the mark off him. So he's not the best. He's definitely not as good as like my Husk or my Royal Guard. I'm excited actually to when I build Trunda. Dyslexia there. I heard she's amazing actually in the Hydra as well. But he's very competent. The decreased defense and the decreased accuracy is the most important part there.
Yeah, that's huge. Like all of those debuffs he brings, like decreased defense, accuracy, weaken, even some potential HP burns, AoE, like that's insanely good.
I know. I mean, and those HP burns go up.
Yeah, the passive.
You can't run him with Geomancer is the thing, but
the passive's gotta like just be proccing constantly. Like when Head of Wrath goes, like 10% turn meter.
Good.
Nice.
Cool. You guys can leave in the comments if you know a piece of content he's not good in. I'd be curious.
I know I did my account showcase, and like for me, I had so many nukers on my account already. I haven't got around to building Herndig past 50, but I genuinely have him in at level 50 as like one of my main damage dealers for dwarves. Even just at 50, he's still really good, which is crazy.
Perspective for how hard this guy hits. So I'm just getting towards Lydia. I'm on 4 bosses, or 3 bosses, and a couple stars away in 4 factions. But the first one I ever cleared was dwarves. And I cleared it. Let me just tell you the team.
Okay.
Brogni, Herndig, Geomancer. So great champions, right? Then Demitha unbooked at level 40, no gear. And then what's his name? Grizzled Jarl, level 1, no gear.
And you got it down? Like 3 stars with that?
Brogni's shield is enough to keep the other ones alive, and Herndig killed everything so fast. I do the run in like less than 2 minutes. All my other runs are like 6 minutes or higher. I do dwarf in less than 2 minutes.
That's hilarious. Grizzled Jarl level 1 doesn't die.
no gear. No gear.
That's disgusting, man.
He's still to this day. I think maybe he's got a couple levels just from the runs in faction where it's untouched.
This guy should be the #1 game changer. It's definitely all Grizzled Jarl surviving. It's nothing to do with Brogni or Demitha. Oh man. Okay, you know what? I actually have a game changer. He's my final game changer, but I'm gonna jump onto him because he is in the same faction as well. And this is like a dirty, super lucky free-to-play pull again. It's the Void Legendary of the Dwarves, and it's Tormund the Cold. Disgusting champion, right?
So when I started playing, it was during the Tormund fusion, and I was like, I'd never played the game before. I'd never played a gacha game before. I heard fusions were hard, so I skipped it. Because it would have been insane. And then I had to face Tormund in the arena before the nerf for like almost a year.
Oh wow, yeah. Now
I know where this is going.
I think when I started playing, he'd already been nerfed, I think. But like he was always one of those champions I like saw in arena and always avoided fighting because of his passive. In case you guys don't know, he has 20% chance to put a freeze, bucks up to 30% chance, can increase to a 35% chance with masteries. Freeze on every enemy whenever they get a buff or have their turn meter filled, right? So you put him in against an Arbiter, which is what I use him for now. My Arbiter puts increased attack and fills turn meter, so you get 35% chances to freeze every single enemy on the enemy team, and they miss their turn, which is amazing. So just god tier for arena. The big thing he did for me was that in tag team arena, I'm going in and like if I think I'm only in silver 3 because I wasn't playing at the weekend, so I actually dropped down. I don't know if there's any hard teams to show. Not really that hard, unfortunately. But like you go into tag arena and you're trying to push up in tag, and you know if you're trying, I got into gold 1 once for the mission, but like you're trying to get into gold 1, I've got like a team on here, and like this guy's got 2 duchesses. So oftentimes you're running into teams which have like 2 arbiters. Like this team right here. Oh, you guys probably can't see it. Let me bring it up on the screen. Here we go, so people can see it on the video. Like you're running into teams like this, where this guy's got like two Torments as well. Like the teams you're fighting are insane. And for me, it's going, I need to build 3 teams. How the hell do I do this? Like I've got my 1 arbiter who can potentially fight one of their arbiters, but like how the hell do I take down their other speed team? Because I don't have anyone else like on an arbiter level of speed. What do I do? Torment, I have a real funky janky team, which is like Lord Shazar, Skullcrown, Torment, and Brachus. So there's no healing, there's nothing, and they just go in janky style, and it just helps me clean out these arbiter teams. You just send them against an arbiter, and it's like, okay, great, I don't need to worry about that team in tag. Like just send Torment in, he freezes them all up, and you're pretty much good to go. He just makes that easy for you.
He's crazy. I just was on Googling, try to find out what he was pre-nerf. I think what he was doing is he was placing freeze through block debuffs. Does that sound right?
Oh my god.
I don't know exactly what it was, but when I started playing, it was not a 20% chance. It was you were getting frozen.
Okay.
There's
guaranteed
no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, obviously there was a chance, but
But oh man,
it's crazy how. And after a fusion, right, everyone had him, and you're just banging your head against the wall because you're just constantly frozen.
Yeah, like
so that he was this inspiration for like the immunity set meta.
Oh, right. Yeah, because like he's still really damn good right now. He's still busted, so good. I can only imagine what he was before he was nerfed. Insane.
What sets do you run him in? Do you run him?
I run him in a taunting set, actually. I think taunting and perception.
Cool.
Let me see. Oh no, just taunting. I don't have perception side pieces.
It's great for those what you call it, those crowd control sets.
Yeah. So taunting is 30% chance to provoke whenever you hit, and then because he's got his masteries and he has you guys maybe can't see it with how I've cropped the video. He has fearsome presence though, which increases the chance of freeze by 5%, but also provoke. And then his other skills, like his A1 is an AoE hit that can freeze. His A3 is an AoE hit that can freeze. So he's got these AoE hits. You put him with the taunting set, and it's like, okay, now he's not only freezing you, he's also potentially provoking you. And I stick him in with like Lanicus for turn meter boost and ally attack. Right. So he's just pumping out the CC. It's just kind of disgusting.
That moment where you don't see the freeze animation, so you think you avoided it, and then you get the provoke on you.
Yep, pretty much. Or like, when you see sometimes the stun, like before stun shows up, leech will show up. If you got that mastery that can place leech, like yes, they're gonna be stunned, or they're gonna be frozen. The leech has appeared. Yeah, but I know he's a void legendary and he's super OP. But like, he's so good when you get him, because you're like, okay, suddenly half of those fights in arena become free wins instead of having to really struggle through. Okay, do you want to do your last one, and then I will do my last one? I think
the last one is nice and simple. We kind of got distracted by these dwarves for a while. We couldn't stop talking about them. Also, got to shout out all 3 of the dwarves we said were all fusions, right? That's kind of crazy.
They were all like the dwarf fusions are super OP. Was Molly a fusion as well, or was she?
A couple months before I started playing Molly as a fusion.
Okay, yeah, that was way before my time.
They didn't even buff Molly. People just slept on her.
Oh,
She's
right.
So
Yes, I mean, like, it's someone who's been playing forever. Like, the dwarves are absolutely stacked on that.
And if you save up those ancient shards for Geomancer, your doors are broken.
Yeah, and like Demitha as well. There's so many.
True.
Canelia.
The only fusion I ever skipped was Sigmund because I wanted Demitha.
Oh, I see. I did Sigmund because I was like, I'm sure he might be good for stuff. And then Hydra came out and was like, Sigmund will be good. And I don't think he's really that good, unfortunately. But luckily, I pulled a Demitha since. But what is your last one then? Hit me with.
Let's go to Barbarians. I do not think you guys will be able to guess who I'm going to say.
Okay.
Well, maybe now that I said that, you guys will. Let's go to Elder Skarg.
Oh, Elder Skarg. Okay.
This guy is so good at what I use him for.
Yeah.
This is not Herndick. You will not use Elder Scarg in all content. I will tell you that right now.
Right,
But
right.
the content I use him in, and then I suggest if you need help, you can use him in. I got a video out on this guy. He's so good at Spider, it's insane.
There you go. Okay.
I
Spider.
was stuck on Spider forever. On this account, I didn't get Arbiter. I could have gotten Arbiter in like 100 days if it wasn't for Spider. And I
Right.
think I got her. I got to the point where I didn't need her anymore, and I just saved her for a champ chase event. But it took 160, 165 days. I didn't want to cheese it with Armigers and stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to wait.
Ugh.
I got this guy, and there's not much more to say except for the A2. Hunt the Marked.
Hunt the mark.
Triple hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Places an extra hit, so it becomes a sextuple hitter. You can get an extra hit for each buff or debuff on the target, up to 3. So you can hit 6 times.
Nice.
It's kind of hard. Not really why you're using him though. You can, I will say, I have not booked him, but you can get a lot of damage by booking him.
Yeah.
20% on the A1, 20% on the A2.
Oh, yeah.
Or 30% on the A2. Jeez
Yeah,
Louise,
30%. Whew.
on
Each.
each of the 6 hits, an extra 30%. But then if you get all 6 hits,
Mhm.
you place an HP burn and a true fear for 1 turn on all enemies. A deep
Yeah.
HP burn for 2 turns, true fear for 1 turn on all enemies. If you place all of them, and he also will steal all the buffs, which is kind of fun. Actually,
Yeah, that's
really, the only
insane.
other place PVE I use him now is Hydra,
Yeah.
because this Hunt the Marked move is an AOE HP burn that he places.
That's true. That's so good, actually. That's so good.
3 turn cooldown. It doesn't need a single book.
Yep. Wow.
You just make him a little fast. It's very easy to get him to go 4 to 3
Mhm.
for that kind of content. Hydra, it's harder, but for Spider, very easy. I just run him at like 230, 235 speed, load him
Right.
up with accuracy, give him a touch of tankiness. His defense is low, his HP is okay. But yeah, I run him with my Brogni for the shields, and it's just, it
That's
was
so
game
good.
over. There's a video I put out. I'm not trying to plug my own stuff, I promise, but just to
No, go
illustrate
for it,
this.
man. That's the whole point. Plug your stuff. Go for it.
Check me out, Fastidious YT.
Yeah, go.
Stage 19. I intended the video to be, it was on stream. I was like, all right, guys, we're going to try to beat Spider 20 today. I built out my Elder Scarg. Spider 19. The video turned into how to clear from stage 19 to 25 in an afternoon. And it was just done.
Nice.
It was just done. I went from having been stuck on it for 100 plus days to getting to 25 in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
All because of this move. He's so broken for Spider. And I want to say, people are like, who are good Spider champs? Well, you need AoE HP burn. This is how it used to be. Or you need a Cold Art. And then you know who's great? Maneater. Not Maneater, excuse me. Miscreated Monster. Getting my M's confused. Get that AoE stun, right? You don't need AoE stun when basically every other turn, once you speed tune him, which isn't, doesn't be perfect, you're getting True Fear constantly.
Yeah, that's
At all
so
times you
strong.
get True Fear, and if the True Fear ever falls off, you can have the A3 go, which puts out, where am I looking here? Yeah, the A3 will put out Normal Fear, if you're feeling spicy. And yeah, he'll speed himself up with the A1 if you build him with 100% crit rate, so he'll always basically be under increased speed. It's really easy to get him just flying quick. You're always going to have HP burn up. You're always going to have True Fear up. It's amazing.
Yep.
He's so good for Spider. Relevant for Hydra now with the AoE HP burn. And I'll finally say, Arena, he's pretty cool.
Yeah. He's a
He's
beast
A3.
in Doom Tower as well. I think he's really good for Doom Tower waves.
He can work. I actually haven't really used him anywhere except for there's a boss I use him for. I can't think of it right now. I'll use him in the Scarab King sometimes.
Oh,
actually.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I will say, just really quickly, the A3, underrated part of his kit. He was buffed, actually, in the couple months I wasn't playing the game. I came back and believe how good he got. This move, he places the Fear AoE. Kind of cool, but that's what it used to be, and it was whatever.
Yeah.
But it would True Fear under block damage, kind of cool. Decrease speed under shield. So if people want to run shield sets on you, you're going to slow them down real quick.
Yeah.
The best part of the kit, though, and those debuffs can't be resisted. Best part of the kit, though, will place a provoke on any legendary champions. And he puts an increased defense on himself, so you build him a little tanky. He can at least survive 1 or 2 hits. You know, a Trunda could weak hit against him, which is really nice. He's force affinity. But it gives him crowd control on top of the fears, and people love their legendary champions. So it's always fun to go against those like god squads and just provoke all 4 of them.
Yeah, no, he's really cool. He's a pain to fight against in some Doom Tower waves, actually, because he has that passive less damage from legendaries, 15% less, and then with his stats so high in Doom Tower hard, it's like doing damage to you when attacked by legendary champions. Like I'm gonna talk about this in my next champion, but I often run a just full control team through Doom Tower hard. But a lot of them are magic affinity, and like you can get to Elder Scarg waves and you're like, oh my god, we're gonna be screwed because you weak hit him and then he's not CC'd and then he's like, haha, I'll just completely destroy your team with this stuff. Yeah, he's really nice. I feel like he's super underrated. Like you look at his kit, he's so good, but
He's really good.
yeah, but people don't talk about him
And
as
he
much as
even
they
has
should.
a little damage reflection against legendary champions. So sometimes like
Yeah.
I'll have trying to kill themselves against him and stuff, which is always fun.
That's good. Yeah. He's cool. He is cool. Okay, so for the last champion then, is my one, and he is actually my profile picture on YouTube.
Ooh, I don't know this.
Because I wasn't creative enough to think of what to do myself, but it's Archmage Helmet.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he's the first epic you get from Doom Tower, normal secret rooms, and I think he's a game changer. I think he absolutely is. Great A3, 3-turn cooldown when booked, increased speed, increased crit rate, increased crit damage on everyone. That's just, 3 great buffs. Also combos when you get her with Seer for Doom Tower Hard or Dungeons, so that's really nice. His A2 then is an AoE stun, attack one enemy, then attacks all other enemies with the first attack crits, 50% chance to stun, actually bucks up to, 75% chance to stun. Mm-hmm. So, it's not like a guaranteed stun, but this guy, he's so fast, like base speed 108, 18,000, almost 19,000 base HP. Like, he's really fast, he's really tanky as well, increasing his own speed. His A1 gives him 20% turn meter if he crits with it. So he's just blasting through that turn meter, blasting out stun AoEs, boosting your speed. Yeah, he's incredible. And again, for me, when I... Sorry?
He's so good.
Oh, yeah, right. When I got him... so good. Yeah. When I got it, he was what unlocked Doom Tower Hard as something I could do with my account when I got him. Because I put him in with Sylve the Drakes and Vizix, and it's just like they are the CC trio. They're going in.
I love that.
Yeah, so like he's speeding them up. Vizix does AoE decrease speed. He does AoE stuns. Sylve's AoE stuns. AoE provoke from Vizix. And it's just like you're just taking so many turns and they're missing all their turns. And it's a slow way to clear through Doom Tower Hard. It takes time every single wave, but it gets through, I put him oftentimes now. I put that team with a Brogni as well, by the way. So my Brogni comes in there and it's like, okay, if you ever get a turn, if you ever do, we got like a big old shield and block debuffs on us, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, Archmage is so good for that. On top of
he can hit.
Yeah, he does. He hits hard.
He's my Bannerlord's nuker.
Oh yeah.
Bannerlords was just like Ursala, and then I called them like meat sacks, just two Lugans. Yeah. All I did was just build them in HP and just let them take hits. And Archmage, just because he's going to be 100% crit anyway, right, for the rest of the kit. He's got good multipliers. The attack isn't that low. Mm-hmm. He can hit.
Yeah, it's sort of like Brogni, where his base attack is low, but you give him some attack accessories, and suddenly he's absolutely smashing out hits. Yeah. He's really nice. He does have like an arena aura, 17% speed, which is probably bad by the time you get him, but it's, if you're stuck for tag arena, at least it's something.
He was leaked before Doom Tower ever came around. I don't know if you remember this, and they leaked his kit, and everyone was saying he's like super apothecary and this kind of stuff, He's immune to the turn meter stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He speeds himself up. He's got the increased speed plus increased crit damage. And then the aura for speed, I was thinking this could be such a good speed lead in arena. Yeah. It'd be so good. And then like within the next month, they released like 10 champions epic with 19% all battles. That just everyone got that lead,
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's where they were going with that aura, but that aura's outclassed by so much right now.
Yeah, definitely. Like I've tried him in arena, and I find he's not super amazing for it, because like you want to put out your buffs, but then you got to get all the way back around to the AoE stun. That can be too slow oftentimes for arena.
I use him tag team arena only because I don't have better choices.
Yeah.
But he's so good. So good.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I think we've talked for ages actually in this one. There's so much to go over, but yeah, Fastidious, thank you for joining me for this video.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Do you want to like pimp out like maybe one of your series or one of your videos if the folks who've watched want to go?
Check out my new series. It's called The School. Like I said, me and a bunch of like viewers and members of my Discord and my community. We're all like chipping in a little money here and there, but together we're making a whale account. We're like coming up on $1,000, which is insane.
Damn.
Through the first, not even a month in, we're on day 16.
Oh my god.
We're definitely gonna slow down because it's too much. We've also been like wailing on shards, and that's not what the point of the series was. But it's still like all with a free-to-play mindset. I'm blowing through content.
What is the best champion? What's the best champion on that account now?
Believe it or not, we pulled Tatura. That's our only legendary champion.
Okay.
But we started after the fusion, so that's pretty huge.
Yeah, he's so good.
We've got tons of epics to build. There's nothing so broken about the account, so it's actually still kind of fun to figure out how to progress. We've got a whole. I'm making three 60s on that account today. We got a chicken pack, so we're well down on it.
God.
We're gonna get a mage up to 60, Taragi up to 60, Ferric and the Fat up to 60.
Oh, dude, they're so good.
Yeah, Tefera, Tatura, and we've got Godseeker Neri already at 60. So we're going to be jumping from normal clan boss to brutal within like 5 days. It's going to be pretty fun.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. I actually have I have Farrakhan, Taragi. Both of those actually are sat at 50 for me, and I'm wanting to get them to 60. I haven't got to do it yet. That is so. I'm jealous that you're getting them all up.
Farrakhan in a relentless set. That's what I'll say for you guys.
Ooh, yeah, just getting back to that attack more frequently. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, his other move's really sweet too, with HP burn and poisons. And,
yeah. Super good. All right, cool. Well, there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, we'll also have another collab over on Fastidious's channel where we're going to be talking about champions that we wish we have but we didn't and how we worked around it. So,
if you don't have them, then tough.
Yep, tough. But yeah, guys, thank you. I'll see you over there soon. And yeah, bye-bye.